Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and my fuck-ups. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the ASOTV podcast for the Vampire Diaries, Season 7, Episode 3, Age of Innocence. I'm your host, Mike, filling in for Dom tonight, and joining me are the lovely ladies Omikins.
Hi.
Yeah, and Kim.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm awful. Like, I was gonna throw some that, when we do the spoilers thing, was gonna throw something random in there, and I realized everything that was gonna come out of my mouth was gonna sound really bad, so I just stopped. We'll just go.
All right, we're just gonna go. So, I'm gonna start this with a whole bunch of questions after a short little blurb here. We got another glimpse of the future, which every episode has been handing us bit by bit, and it's starting to drive me nuts. In this little glimpse, we see Stefan calling Tyler, telling him, "My scar reopened, warn Caroline," and that's about that. But we see Tyler in a really fancy suit driving a really nice car. So does that mean that our last flashback, where Caroline mentioned her fiancé, and Tyler's the first one Stefan calls to warn Caroline, does that mean that they're engaged?
I think it's quite possible, since, Valerie brought up a good point. When you're the first of someone, do they ever, there's always a special place in their mind for you. And Caroline was Tyler's first.
Good parallel I didn't draw.
Yeah.
I watched the episode 3 hours ago.
I didn't think to put that together.
Me neither. But it makes sense Stefan's obviously not with, we haven't seen if Stefan's with Valerie, or where that evolved to, if at all.
I don't think he's with anyone. I think he's on the run. He has no time to be with anyone.
Yeah. He's on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he burned his car. But...
God, I cried. I literally had tears running down my eyes, like, no. CW, what are you doing? You've kept baby in the picture from the very fucking beginning, and now you get rid of Stefan's car. Come on.
And even when he went back into the flashback, he's talking about, don't ruin my car. I was like, that was hilarious. But yeah, my immediate reaction was like, no!
But it was... care more about a car than the actual characters in this fucking show.
We're obviously... that was obviously planted to show Stefan's desperation in the future.
Oh, obviously.
So, obvious plot device is obvious, but yeah, we do care more about a car. See what Supernatural's done to us? Seriously, thank you, CW.
Oh, I can't wait for the baby episode.
I know, me too.
I love your
I was just gonna say, but, other shows.
I love your shows, we cover a lot of them, but fuck you. Back to the present, wheeling it back, and there's going to be some of the past mixed in here. This episode was all over the place, timeline-wise. All right. So, one of the major points of this episode was that Lily didn't, in the 1860s, didn't actually fully ditch and forget about her sons like she had claimed to initially.
She was being quietly loving.
Quietly loving from a distance.
Yes.
So, we find out that she sent Valerie, and then we later find out she also sent her lover Julian with her, to check up on Stefan. To see how he is. Is he good? Is he healthy? Is he happy? Which, I've always loved how they work new characters into their main characters' pasts. Like they've done with the originals, like they're doing on the originals, and like they're doing again now. But it was interesting. My takeaway, Julian's a dick.
Major dick.
Yeah.
Super dick.
But for some reason, I think he had Lily's best interest in mind, because she would have found out that Valerie had Stefan's child in her. I think she would have been super pissed, because Valerie was only supposed to go there to watch from a distance, but she got right up in his face and was like, here's my boobs.
And here, now, I like that point. Here's my counterpoint. What Julian said to her when he confronted her pregnant and running away, I have my own reasons to leave for Europe, and Lily's not going to leave without all of you. So that's when he beat the shit out of her so she would lose the pregnancy and claimed it on that he found her as robbed. No, he wasn't doing that for Lily's best interest. He was doing it for his own.
Oh, yeah. It was all about him.
That was all me.
Super dick.
Okay.
Well, that's my take on it. I don't know.
He was up to something. He's obviously not with them right now. So he's still, like, whatever was going on, he was doing other things.
Probably running from something.
Now, there's some questions. Is he alive? Is he desiccated? Is he trapped in a tomb somewhere? I don't know.
I think I heard, who was it? Oscar say that they were going to bring Julian back with the stone?
Is that...
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't catch that either.
I could have swore that was one of the pieces of conversation that, I think Bonnie and Oscar had before Damon knocked the fuck out of him.
Huh. I actually didn't catch that, so if so, that's awesome. But
I
anyway.
didn't catch it either, yeah. Like, I knew that they were talking about him, and I knew they were talking... And then, Valerie goes and kills people.
Moving on, you mentioned Oscar, who is the prodigal heretic, as Damon called him.
Prodigal?
Prodigal, like the prodigal son. Bible reference here.
Okay.
He's the one we haven't met yet. Apparently he's partying hard up at somewhere in Myrtle Beach.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be all stuck places. I want to drink and have escorts and.
Me too, buddy.
He's all like, I got a girlfriend.
It's like I've called a number and I have a girlfriend. As an escort service, and he just doesn't understand. Just say she's a hooker or a prostitute. That he'll understand that. That's a timeless adage.
But they're fancy hookers. That's why they're escorts.
I'm sorry.
They have class.
Yeah.
Do forgive me. Turns out that Oscar was the one that Lily sent to check up on Damon, and without compulsion, just with chatting to him, convinced Damon to take sick leave the day before he would have been slaughtered at Gettysburg.
Do you think, we know Oscar's a heretic, but do you think he had some sort of prophetic powers? Like he kind of knew what was going to happen? That's why she sent him?
It's very possible. We don't know.
No, we have no idea.
We really didn't find out much about him, really. That he could do what the rest of them do and then siphon power. We knew that he wasn't as a bad guy as some of the others seemed.
No, in fact, he seemed downright chill.
Yeah.
He was, but you know what? He had a lot of alcohol and Mary J. going through his system, so...
He also would spend 100 years in a prison world, and now this is his first chance to be out and free. So it's possible he could just be much more mellow than he should be, or normally is. We also got a comment from Dom at the beginning saying how much he loved Oscar, and I was saving it until we talked about Oscar. So there's
Yeah,
that.
I really enjoyed Oscar myself. To be honest, I think if they get rid of the heretics, he should be the one that they keep around. Because he's super awesome.
He is super awesome. And he was like, when Bonnie said, siphon off my visions, being you're a siphoner and all that stuff. And he's like, huh? And then Damon's like, yeah, siphon them off, and I won't tell Lily that I found you. Yeah, cool. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Stop, get over here, lady.
I have a feeling he really doesn't like Lily.
No.
Not because she, keeps him cooped up, just because trouble seems to follow Lily around.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, Valerie said that he was the nice one.
And so, while he's trying to remove Bonnie's visions, the nice one, he sees the visions she's having. He's just like, all right, where's the Phoenix Stone? So, more questions. What is said stone? Why do people... I mean, obviously, it's got something to do with resurrecting the dead.
It instills false life. I don't think it brings anybody truly back.
It's necromancy.
Yeah.
That's what Bonnie called it. So
Yeah.
they're still technically dead. They're just the living dead. Zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Making zombies.
Great.
It
Wonderful.
obviously has something to do with the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm morbidly curious. More so now. So we did find out that Oscar's mission was to find Julian, which he did successfully. And while talking to Valerie, apparently he was going to use this as his... basically tell Lily, you let me go free and live my own life, and I'll tell you where Julian is. But...
That's who it was. That's who Oscar was talking to. Valerie at the very end. She's like, I can't let Lily bring Julian back.
Okay.
And she's like, you are always good to me, like a brother, and then killed him.
There we go.
Because he was the only one who found... He was the one who knew where Julian is, and Julian's the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sounds like he
So-
should be, macking up and being bros with Klaus.
Well, how do we know he isn't? Wasn't at some point. I mean, what if his business in...
I feel bad for Klaus sometimes.
we
So
all
far,
do,
this
that's
other
the
guy is
point.
just not learned. I don't know. So far, this other dude has only been a douche.
So far,
I have not seen anything so
no
far.
redeeming qualities.
No, none at all. So
Yeah. So, Alaric, last episode, he told Bonnie he destroyed the Phoenix Stone.
And we all know he didn't.
And she
Big
found
fat.
out he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the look that she
Oh,
gave him?
she
Like,
gave him a death stare.
bitch,
Yeah.
I could kill you in 2 seconds flat, and they will never find the body.
No,
Yeah.
because she could just incinerate him.
Right, exactly.
Dust. Sorry. I'm being-
Yeah. But she just told him, I guess she understands why he's doing it, even though she doesn't agree with it, and it's necromancy and all, so...
I mean, didn't she agree to help him at the end? Anyway?
She did.
So,
Kinda. I did, yeah. And just said, never lie to me again.
well, yeah, right. I mean, this show is based on lies.
They lie all the time. They lie to each other all
It's
the
like
time.
Pretty Little Liars, except not a high school fucking drama anymore.
Well, no, not anymore.
Vampires, Pretty Little Liars.
They've graduated high school, but they're still young.
And other vampires. and witches. And
I just want to know where the stone is going.
this is right now. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, so we got this whole necromancy thing, and it's obviously evil, and it's been around a while, and it's obviously done this before. Like they've used it before, I think, or it has been used before, and we know that it has associated with the mark.
Right.
I'm thinking. Right now, my our ex-girlfriend is my brain now. Joan.
Joe.
Right. Joe is the woman that we see later in the very episodes with the mark, and the mark changes her because she's not.
She's not Joe.
You don't think so?
No,
So
well, I
she's-
mean, I'm not saying that. I kind of agree with you. The girl at
Well,
the end is Joe.
But it's not
Joe.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm getting at too.
Okay.
It's that because the whole you don't ever come back the same, especially when you're not actually alive. You're still dead. So it's the whole necromancy thing. So that's what happens. Alaric uses the gem on Joe, and Joe comes back as this thing that goes on this rampage and has to do with the mark and starts killing people and marking people and for death or whatever.
And that has to... And is she the crazy vampire hunter in the future that they're running from?
That's
Yes.
what she was saying. Yeah. I think it goes a little bit deeper with the stone. I think the stone doesn't open a doorway and allow a soul in. I think the stone is a soul. It is whatever this mark is. And to, take the stone on, give it to a dead person, is to put that soul in that person. As soon as that person's expunged or expelled from that body, it goes back in a stone. And
So yeah, it's physically who you think it is, but mentally and within itself, it's not the same person. So he's going to, Alaric's is gonna bring back a monster, basically.
Yes. I mean, me and Dom, we've talked about it, that they really need to open a connection to the underworld, allow demons in somewhere, because it would just add so much more dynamic to the show instead of just, a three-way tie between witches, werewolves, and vampires
All the time.
all the
Yeah,
freaking time.
if we have that, you'd think we'd have demons too.
You would think, yeah. So maybe this is their doorway into that kind of dynamic.
Well, we already know the other side is gone. We saw Catherine get ripped off into the void, what we assumed was hell.
I don't think we assumed anything.
I mean that was that could be the safe assumption that
It was kind of the impression that it was kind of sucked into nothing.
Yeah.
Right. She was sucked into nothingness, actually by a physical force, dragged.
Yeah, into the nothing.
Mm-hmm. So who knows what that is? Anyway, so some questions. First off is, what the hell is Damon going to do? Because his whole plan was, Oscar is his bargaining chip. You give me Elena, you give me Elena's coffin, and I don't kill Oscar. Well, now Oscar's dead.
Yeah.
Valeria is obviously not going to go home and say, Lily, I killed Oscar. He was a prick. It's not going to happen. So Damon's in shit again.
And he's probably going to try to explain that it's like, I didn't do this. And she's going to be like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, of course not.
Of course. Because she'll just use the excuse that, you never, fess up to what you've done. Because that was her explanation last time.
I took your toys and...
Yeah.
Especially with her big, Stefan made her, as Caroline put it, I don't know what made your heart grow 4 sizes today, but thank you.
I loved the Grinch there.
She let Caroline go, which was, okay, shocking. But...
Well, Stefan and her kind of reconnected. And,
in a good way.
Yeah.
She was punishing Stefan by taking Caroline, but Stefan didn't do anything. It was all Damon.
Right.
And she realized that.
Right.
Stefan's the good son.
Yeah, sure, as good of a son as a good son could be. I guess.
As far as,
Yeah.
She knows.
I mean, Stefan is like his mom in a lot of cases. He's kind-hearted, but when he loses control, he is a ripper. And that's exactly how Lily is.
Yeah, very true. And that's why Lily is so obsessed with keeping her family together, because they keep her sane.
Mm-hmm.
The other questions we already asked, is Valerie going to blame it on Damon? Fuck yeah.
Of course he is. Or she.
And when are we going to be fully advanced to the future timeline? I don't know if I've asked this question. Was I on a podcast?
I don't see it.
Question?
We're not going to, I don't know. I don't see it maybe towards the end. Because...
Maybe?
Mid-season, like winter break, or finale?
No, finale. Because if we want to see, consistency between timelines for both the originals and the Vampire Diaries, we have to have enough time for that to take part in the originals, because that hasn't even started. We've seen a lot of flashbacks, but, I mean, litzy bits of flash forwards, but those are prophecies. Those are
And I mean, because of the shared universe and everything, I hope they don't write themselves into a hole that they can't get out of without some kind of bullshit. I mean, but because, again, 3-year flash forward, Damon, Elena, and Stefan's physical bodies are all... Well, Elena's a human, so Damon and Stefan's physical bodies, they're still alive, so we know Klaus's body is alive.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, that they're not going to be in trouble if Klaus dies, or if, or if they're going to be fine if Klaus is alive, vice versa. That all that stuff's
right. We know
safe.
By the if this season of Originals doesn't do a time jump forward, we know that at the end of the season that Klaus lives, at least physically. So, unfortunately, they've already spoiled this whole crazy danger drama plot in the Originals.
I don't think they thought about that.
I hope they did.
I'm sure they did, but didn't think it was important.
Klaus's soul could still be stripped out like his brothers were. He could be banished in some other dimension. Who knows? But as long as his body physically survives, because we've seen Rebecca's body is physically alive but uninhabited. Her sire line's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pet peeve. It's not
'Cause
preventing me
they're
from watching these shows. It's just something
technically
that's
alive, but
annoying me.
not alive. Like all these technical alives. All these technical alives, but not alive. Lots of it all over the place.
Body physically intact.
Kind of like that's something I've been kind of
Meat suit.
peeved about with all the seasons so far this year is that they're reusing plot devices from previous seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, can't you think of anything new? I mean, you just used this last season.
Well, this
Go
is how
back a
we-
couple more, you know. Try taking a few more steps back.
This is how we fix this awkward situation by sticking this here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a horrible show. I mean, it's still really keeping my interest. The new characters they're adding, how they're working out with the other characters and, you know, previously established and the new ones coming in. It's just, all the dynamics are really starting to mush together and it's becoming messy. A good kind of messy. Like blood and gore. Like to see that kind of stuff messy.
Yeah, messy.
Bloody merman.
All right. So, next episode is called "I Carry Your Heart with Me," and I'm just going to mention this because it
Literally.
actually, yeah, because not the synopsis, but the promo when you watch like the quick after episode clip, it kind of answers some of the questions I already asked. So, just as Damon thinks he's gained the upper hand, this is the official synopsis. Blah blah blah. Just as he thinks he's gained the upper hand in his fight against Lily, an unexpected turn of events leaves him scrambling for a plan B. Oscar Dad. Elsewhere, when the fallout of Damon's actions gains the unwanted attention of Mary Louise and Nora, Stefan and Caroline are forced to spend the night distracting the girls at Whitmore College's Heaven and Hell Ball. Oh, won't that be fun?
Yay! Another dance around Mystic Falls!
Heaven and Hell Ball. What a perfect time to reveal a new demon.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not gonna happen, but come on.
Come on.
We can wish. We can dream.
Finally, after suspecting that she's up to something, Enzo sets off on a mission to find out what Valerie is hiding, while a plan set by Alaric and Bonnie leaves their worlds turned upside down.
I have a feeling that Enzo and Valerie are gonna hit it off because Enzo is like, I put my jacket on a puddle for girls kind of guy.
He's, yeah,
He is.
And
early
she-
1900s gentleman.
I can just see her falling for him because of that. He's gonna feel for her because he's gonna find out about the baby.
I can see
He's
it.
so nosy.
He is nosy. He is.
Nosy.
Anyway,
Buddy.
from the short promo, Damon discovers Oscar's body hanging in a closet. To which he
Okay.
says, "Oh shit," and tells Stefan, "You gotta help me. We gotta get rid of this body." He's like, "No, you gotta get rid of this body." The next thing you see of Oscar is him desiccated, sitting up alive, with Bonnie and Alaric standing over him.
Are they gonna test the Phoenix Stone on Oscar?
Now, the funny part of it is there's a bunch of people trying to, because Mystic Falls is evacuated for whatever reason, there's a guy taking a Halloween tour through the town, which is pissing Matt off. And he's
Well,
like,
yeah.
and the guy's like, "There's no real danger here." And he's on the bus, like, saying, he's like, "You guys ready for the next bit of the tour?" It's like, I have a question. When is this supposed to get scary? And then the undead Oscar Beast rips the tour guide out of the front of the bus and pitches him across the fucking forest. Like,
Okay, so they tried
then-
it out.
And everybody in the bus is just like,
We call it because you're demon. Demon.
so what does that make Oscar? Because he's a half vampire, half witch, and now he's undead.
Well, he died.
Undead.
He legit died.
He's
so he
like
probably
super
lost. He probably lost his witch powers.
We don't know. He's double undead.
Yeah, we don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is why I'm confused. He's already dead because he's a vampire, and he's half witch.
Well, we don't know how the magic works. Maybe when you die, the magic goes away.
Well, he was full witch, and then he got turned into a vampire. Doesn't mean he's half witch. He's still full witch,
No,
but
yeah,
vampire.
It's
What
full
and the
va-
vampire part means he's dead
Yes.
because you have to die with vampire blood in your system to become
Yeah,
a
you're
vampire.
dead. You're
So
technically
he is
dead.
dead technically. He
So you're dead,
somehow
but he's double dead.
he kept his witch powers by some heretic thing.
Super dead.
He's uber dead.
Probably that's it because he was a siphoner, right? He kept his witch
Yes.
powers because he was able to siphon off the vampire magic.
Yes.
That's how they got magic. Was
Right.
they cited magic? They were.
So now, what the fuck? I have no clue.
Possessed demon stone. Meow.
I hope it's some way to introduce a demon, because that's awesome.
That's what we've been.
I
me and
know.
Dom,
That's
we've been That's what we want.
Sacre bleu.
Me and Dom have been like, ever since Catherine was ripped out, we were like, yes, demon, bring the demons on, because that's one of the things that they
Hey, what was I, chopped
actually
liver
did.
back then when we were talking about that?
Yeah, actually,
I haven't even been like privy to this information, and here I am bringing it up too. Look, we all think the same.
well, they brought angels and demons into the book series.
Yeah, much earlier than they did
Yeah.
in this.
Exactly. So it was to be expected, but we
Well-
just weren't seeing it. So we were like, come on.
Well, this would be a perfect place to put it
It would.
right now.
Totally would.
At least the demon part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're gonna implement angels.
Maybe Joe is not a demon from the Phoenix Stone. Maybe it's an angel soul because, she's hunting evil.
Oh, yeah, well,
And you're
'cause
marked for. Ooh.
think about that, because an angel, what do? They're the bastion of good. Technically, a vampire is evil because it is necromancy.
Yeah, that would be how the whole, the vampire hunters would work. That would be.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're the
Evil
angel.
hunter.
They're. I mean, I'm gonna pull D&D alignments here. They're lawful good. Anything
Yeah.
on the evil
Yeah.
or chaotic scale is their enemy.
Yeah,
Wow. Revelations.
that is some shit. That is some shit right there.
I love it.
Ah! I'm really, like, season up to this point, before we actually start discussing this kind of stuff, has been kind of droll. But now that they're bringing in just knowing that Oscar came back and he's not Oscar. He is vicious.
It's a huge possibility that I'm excited. Now I'm gonna be disappointed if this is not the route they go. But
Oh, I'm gonna be very sad because this is pretty awesome.
we're getting so excited about what our theory crafting over here. Like, oh my god! Ah.
It's okay. I've gotten excited about my theory crafting about CW shows before, and I've been shot down
Yeah.
many times.
Usually we
I
theory
blame
craft like this
I
on...
blame Supernatural for that.
Supernatural, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we theory craft on a finale, a season finale, and then we're very, very disappointed by the season premiere next season. This is episode 3?
Yeah, it's like 3 episodes. It's not even anywhere near a mid. It's
We're
like
not even near the winter break. We're not
No.
even near the
Yeah.
mid-spring finale or the season finale.
we're 3 episodes.
We haven't even gotten into meat and potatoes yet. We're still in the appetizer.
No, we're still sitting there sipping our water before the appetizer even got to our table.
Okay, appetizer is on its way. Fine.
And if this shit works, they're gonna bring in the appetizer and a shot.
And a shot. I'm so excited for that shot.
All right. That's our show. Good talk, ladies. Kim,
Yes.
you know the drill. Where can they find you?
At HUFFITY.
I have to actually make whenever she spells her name, for some reason my brain says, it's wrong! But it's right. I don't know why. Omikins, how about you?
I don't know how to spell my name.
Instead of trying to figure out if it's wrong, just dance to it. It always feels right.
Yeah, it does. Okay, you're right.
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Can't dance to yours. I'm Mike. You can find me at Thilladrin, right there, THILLADREN, because we're all in the habit of spelling things tonight.
We always spell.
You can find all of us on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, Twitter, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. If you're watching live right now, Dom, John, and Cleo are doing The Walking Dead, I believe.
Somewhere over there.
Somewhere. You could find them on our YouTube channel. If you're watching live, you're already there. Just click over. Apparently that was a big episode. I have no idea what the hell happened because I don't watch that show.
Me neither.
So I will not speculate.
There were zombies.
There were zombies. There was a guy named Rick. And that's all I know.
And Carl!
Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a lovely night.
Bye!
Before this devolves into people yelling, Coral!
I can end it with.
Before we end, Aubrey James commented, I think do a Teen Wolf.
You know what? I'm sorry, Aubrey, but I've never watched Teen Wolf, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what the show is. I have never watched it. I heard that it was quite popular, but
I think it's still going on.
it is.
We'll look into.
Yeah.